Hello and welcome back to What the Tesla Collection Checklist part number 2. If you haven't watched part number 1 yet, I suggest you go ahead and watch that one first, where we look at some of the things that you need to check before you leave the Tesla Collection Centre. They're the things that are damage to the car that you need to report pretty quickly when you are collecting your Tesla Model 3. A link to collection checklist number 1 can be found up here or down here underneath the video in the video description. Also in the video description I will put a link to a downloadable checklist so that you can use it when you are collecting your brand new Tesla as well. In this video we're going to take a look at some of the things that you can check in a little bit more detail when you get home. So they're not the damage to the vehicle, but things that instead you can claim under a warranty issue instead. So as we did last time, it's time for that disclaimer.
This video and checklist are not endorsed by Tesla and the list is to be used as a guide only. Please speak to your local Tesla representative to understand the checks you need to make before driving away.
Right then, so now that's out of the way, I do want this checklist to evolve, so the things that are in this video, if I have missed anything, please let me know and I can add it to the downloadable checklist for other people to check. Alright then, checklist part 2. Let's go. In the previous video we looked for the major panel gaps, anything that was glaringly obvious where there was an issue. Now we can take a look in a bit more detail to see if there are any inconsistencies with spacing around any of the panels. So we'll start at the front of the car. Are there any panel gaps or inconsistencies with spacing around the front? The easiest way to do this is just to run your thumb around the edges to see if it's consistent, and also just have a look at one side and make sure that the gap is a similar gap to the other side as well. Moving down the front, are there any panel gaps around the headlights and are they flush with the body of the vehicle? Again, you can just run your finger around the sides just to make sure that they're consistent the whole way around the lights. Do any of the front lights have any condensation? Is the front registration plate level and fixed onto the car properly? Lots of people do replace this front registration plate with a vinyl sticker. I do have a vinyl sticker that I need to stick on at some point. That'll be for another video. However, at the moment, is it stuck on properly? Is anybody going to be able to steal that registration plate? And also check to see if it's level as well. Moving on to the left side of the vehicle, are the door handles flush with the body of the vehicle? So it is normal to have a very small recess, but anything where it's very obvious that the door handle is too far in or hanging out of the door, then that needs to be adjusted. Do all of the door handles work effectively? Are there any panel gaps or inconsistencies with spacing around the front or rear doors? Again, just use that finger to work your way around and make sure that it's consistent. And then finally, for the left side, does the trim around the windows all align properly? Moving round to the back of the car, are there any panel gaps or inconsistencies with spacing around the boot or trunk? Again, we looked at this in the last video, but this time we're just looking for any real kind of less obvious inconsistencies that still might need some attention. Is the Tesla logo and any other badging stuck on well, and is it level? Now some people do take this off. You can do that with a heat gun or hairdryer, and there's plenty of videos online to show you how to do that. I'm going to leave it on. I think it looks great as it is. Do any of the rear lights have any condensation? So again, just looking for the water droplets inside the plastic of the lights there. Are there any panel gaps around the lights, and are they flush with the body of the vehicle? Next up, is there any dust or dirt inside the rear centre brake light? Now this is between the light and the window, which is on the interior of the car. There have been some reports of there being some dust in there, so just give that a quick check. Is the rear registration plate level and fixed onto the car properly? You don't want somebody coming and taking that away from you and putting it on their car. Finally, for the rear, does the charge port open and close effectively? Moving round to the right hand side of the car, are the door handles flush with the body of the vehicle? Do all of the door handles work properly? Are there any panel gaps or inconsistencies with spacing around the front or rear doors? And does all of the trim around the windows align properly? Do all of the exterior lights turn on? You might need to come in and out of the car a few times just to test everything, but try the side lights, the daytime running lights, the fog lights, the high beam, the hazard lights and the brake lights, just to make sure that everything is working as it should. While we're looking at lights, do all of the interior lights work? There's front footwell lights, there are ceiling lights, there's puddle lights under the doors, and there are lights in the boot. Next up, do all of the cameras work? You will get an error message on the screen if there are any issues with the cameras, but a quick way to test is just to press the camera button, and that will show you the rear camera and the side repeater cameras. Do the electric seat adjustments work? So first of all, have a look at the driver's seat. Does it go up, down, forward, backwards? Does it tilt? And does the lumbar support all work properly? You'll also want to give that a try on the passenger side as well, because that has all of the same adjustments. Do all of the heated seats work? With the partial premium interior you get heated seats in the front, and I think you can purchase an add-on as well to have them unlocked in the rear as well, but with the premium interior you get heated seats on all of the seats, even the middle seat in the back. Do both of the wing mirrors fold and unfold electrically? Do both of the wing mirrors have full electric adjustment? You can check that by using the main screen and selecting the wing mirror adjustment, and then you can try up, down, left and right, and just make sure that both of them work properly. While you're in that menu, it's good to check the steering column. Does that move up, down, forwards and backwards? Do the windscreen wipers work, and does the windscreen wash work? You can press the stalk on the left hand side to test that. Next up, one of my favourites, does the sound system work? Check all of the speakers and listen for any kind of rattles when it's cranked up a little bit. The simplest way to check this is to open up the audio settings and then drag the balance around to each seat and just make sure that it's coming out of the speakers at those particular points. Does the air conditioning work effectively? Also check the rear vents. Does Bluetooth and Wi-Fi work? Connect your phone up and also connect to a Wi-Fi hotspot and just make sure that your car has full connectivity. Are there any interior panel gaps? Check the plastic door trim, the dashboard and around the seats just to make sure that everything is clicked into place properly. Are all of the door seals attached properly? Just have a look around each door and make sure that all the door seal is attached properly and that it's all level. Do all of the electric windows operate effectively? Obviously up and down. Rear windows only go about halfway down, so just keep that in mind. Does the glove box and other interior compartments open and close properly? The glove box can be accessed via the main screen and the other compartments just open and close manually. If you have a 2021 version of the car, is there a Tesla branded USB stick plugged into the glove box for Sentry mode and dash cam recordings? Next up, an important one, do all of the doors lock properly? So the way to test this is lock the car, leave your phone away from the vehicle if you've connected your lock via Bluetooth, and then try and open the doors from the outside. Does Sentry mode work? Enable it, lock the car, remember to leave your phone away, and then hover close to the outside of the vehicle. Do the front lights flash and does the screen show a red camera icon? Back in the car, do the wireless phone charging pads work? Do the USB ports work? Another really important one, does the car charge properly? Does the premium connectivity work? You'll need to disconnect from Wi-Fi if you're close to a Wi-Fi hotspot. The best way to test this is to look for What the Tesla on YouTube, of course. If you have the premium interior, it should have come with floor mats, so have they been included? If you're looking for a floor mat in the front, please note that Tesla no longer include these free of charge. However, you can order them from the Tesla online shop. That's everything that I could think of for checking your brand new Tesla. What did I miss? I'm sure I missed something. Please let me know in the comments below and I can add it to the downloadable list. Just a quick note, if you can do these checks while you're still at the Tesla Collection Centre, even better, because the sooner you tell Tesla about any issues with your vehicle, the more likely they are to fix it, and the less likely they are to say, you did it. Have you recently collected a Tesla? Let us know in the comments below what your experience was like, any things that were wrong with your vehicle, whether it was a warranty claim or whether there was damage to your vehicle. It would be great for you to share your experience to help other viewers as well. It's also worth mentioning that this checklist could be used for any brand of vehicle. It's not just Tesla that has issues. You could buy yourself a Ford, a BMW, an Audi, or any other vehicle and still have issues when you pick up the car. Quality control is not going to pick everything up. The downloadable checklist is in the description below, so just click that link and you can download it for your own personal use. I will keep this list up to date, so if people are posting comments of things that I've missed, I'll certainly add them into that list for you. In the next video, we'll be looking at the issues that I had with my Tesla Model 3, how to report any issues that you have to Tesla, and also my experience of the Tesla Service Centre at Milton Keynes. If this video has been helpful to you or you've enjoyed it, please do click the like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel and helps boost those YouTube algorithms so more people can see these videos. Until next time then, thanks for watching What the Tesla.